And you're a psychic. Did you
Yeah.
see this coming in
No,
2019? Oh,
no, no. And I've heard some psychics say that they saw it coming, and part of me is like, really? Because I didn't read it anywhere. I had no idea. Not only did I not know it was coming, but end of April, I was in Japan when things for work, when things really hit the fan, and we had to come home early. And it was sort of like the domino effect of most of my business is based on traveling. And so everything was canceling left, and I was completely unprepared in that way at all. But we've been really lucky. I mean, things are still doing really well for us and events are busy. We've just sort of had to pivot things a little bit, but absolutely not. I had no idea.
wow. So
Yeah.
what can we learn from this time? I mean, it started with the virus, then it moved into social injustices.
Yeah.
We're still dealing with the virus, specifically here in the United States. What can we learn from this, especially intuitively?
Yeah. So a lot of people who are drawn to intuitive work identify as being an empath or a highly sensitive person. And it's been surprising to me how many people in the spiritual community in the beginning were trying to ignore a lot of the stuff that was going on. Let's take with the virus, for example. This is not a time for rose quartz. Like that is I love rose quartz, right? I love it, but my affirmations of my rose quartz are not going to protect me from a virus. It's
Hmm.
being grounded in my body, right? And washing your hands and being mindful and wearing a mask. And one of the things, Kemp, that's been so fascinating to me is I very rarely get negative feedback on social media. But when I've posted things like wearing a mask is an act of love, I'm surprised that I get negative feedback. And
Wow.
that as a spiritual person, as a balanced being, I believe in science. I trust scientists to give me information. I'm still taking my vitamin D. I'm still meditating. I'm clearing my
Same.
chakras. I'm doing all of
Same.
those things, but I'm going to wear a mask. And with social injustice, a lot of spiritual people will say things like, I don't want to read those stories. It's too heavy. And I get that. We've got everyone now is empowered with a video camera, and we can
Mm.
take video and share it with the world and show a different perspective and raise voices and elevate awareness. And it is painful to read. It hurts. There have been nights where I just am in tears, and that's a moment of expanded energy and absorbing a lot of stories. But as light workers, we can't just focus on unicorns and rainbows. We can't just focus on manifesting the relationship. We can't just focus on manifesting abundance. We have to talk about connectedness and communication and
Mm.
understanding each other and listening to other people's stories, which for sensitive people, when it comes to politics and the news, a lot of times their way of managing it is completely tuning it out. Personally, I don't think that's the best answer. How you absorb your information, how you consume information, those things we can alter and adjust, but we have to listen and our hearts have to be open. And then if you find yourself getting paralyzed, which this will happen to me a lot, I'll think, I don't know what to do, it all feels so big. One simple action step will make you feel better. Cannot change the world overnight on your own in the next 15 minutes, but you can take one simple action step to move energy. And I promise it will make you feel better.
Like what? What would be an example of an action step?
So an action step could be donating your time. It could be donating to a cause or a politician or political figure that you feel really connected to. It could be doing something with your community to open dialogue, getting people together to talk about and ask questions. But what tends to happen for sensitive people is that we read something, we feel something, we hear something, and then we get overwhelmed with emotion and don't know what to do. And
Mm.
I have this friend, Carrie Richardson, who she talks about the small, stupid steps. And it's usually the small, little things that help move energy. And it's different for everybody. For some people, that's going to be a peaceful protest. For some people, that's going to be donating time, whatever it is. There's no judgment as long as you're moving energy. It's sort of a full circle energetic.